Hi, I'm Pam Stiegel with Calvert Farm in Rising Sun, Maryland. I've been farming here for 23 years. I was with the University of Delaware Cooperative Extension as the embryology program coordinator, the chick lady. Sadly, I had to make a decision to spend more time at the farm, and I had to leave that behind. As an Air Force brat, I had the opportunity to travel around the world and enjoy a lot of different farming ideas and techniques. So here we are. Primarily, I started farming because of selfish reasons. I wanted a good, clean source of food, quality food, and I had the resources here with the farm to be able to grow my own, and it naturally grew into a business. So we farm organically here. In the United States, the USDA has an organic certification program, and we were part of that program for 21 years. And decided recently that it was not cost effective. The scale and size of our farm doesn't lend itself to that additional expense. So we still use all of the organic principles, and we'll continue to do that, chemical free. We have a couple of revenue streams at the farm. Our primary operation is a CSA, that stands for Community Supported Agriculture. It's basically a vegetable subscription plan where folks receive a box of farm fresh vegetables each week. Our summer growing program is 20 weeks. We have an 8-week fall program and an 8 delivery system over the winter, 8 deliveries over 16 weeks. We also have a farm stand at the farm where the public is invited to come in and enjoy the product that we have and take a little tour around the farm, and we try to answer questions and help folks out with their own home patch. Our delivery system for the CSA goes all the way from northeast Maryland down to the Washington Beltway. We have several corporate or workplace programs where we deliver to Johns Hopkins, Agilent Technologies, folks like that, where we have a place set aside to deliver the vegetables at a predetermined time and day for the folks to pick up. We find a hospital situation is probably the most challenging due to the type of shift work that hospital people do, 4 days on, 4 days off, 12-hour shifts, and they don't have offices as we know them, so there's nowhere to really stash their veggies during the day, and many times on large medical campuses, taking the shuttle to the remote parking just adds to the situation. So we work around those challenges, but it takes a little extra work. We feel that we're doing a service. Folks just have such a disconnect with agriculture today. They don't know what plants look like. They have no concept of how a zucchini grows. So we try to keep that information out there. Shopping locally, of course, returns your hard-earned dollars back into the local community. It provides employment for people. It helps generate other goods and other services. Here at our farm, we purchase boxes, twisty ties, rubber bands, plastic bags, and that provides income for other local businesses as well. So we also employ quite a few young people during the summer season, and we actually have a whole team of seniors who help us do the weighing and the bagging and the sorting and the cleaning and things of that. So there's a job for everyone. So, yeah. There are several ideas that I wish folks knew about farming and agriculture. A lot of it having to do with the sheer amount of labor involved in producing food. We grow on a small scale, but even if we grew on a large scale, say we were doing 10,000 acres of wheat in Nebraska, we would still, with big modern machinery, we would still have a lot of labor involved. We wish that folks had a better understanding of how long it actually takes to produce a vegetable. Radishes pop up 25 days, they're ready to go. But those darn heirloom tomatoes, they're 105, 110 days. And that's a lot of babysitting, that's a lot of weeding, and folks come in and want a tomato in June, and it's like, we are not a warehouse, we are a farm. All the controversy around the GMO issue. We obviously don't use GMO seed here. In fact, Harriet the housewife can't get her hands on GMO seed. You You can't go to Home Depot or Lowe's and pick up a packet of GMO. GMO corn, for instance, sold in hundredweights on pallets. There is a role for those types of products, just not here at this farm. We actually keep a very close eye on the pricing that we do with our product. I go into the grocery stores once a week with a checklist and I check the prices, and many times we'll find that we are competitive or less. It depends on the product and the season. It's the type of product and the availability of the product. For instance, right now we have ramps. They're very expensive. Why are they expensive? Because you got to hike into the woods with a bucket and get down on your hands and knees and dig them up, and you only do that for 2 weeks out of the year. So head of lettuce, piece of cake, not a problem. But some products are a little more expensive because of the type of plant. The heirloom tomatoes, because they take so long to grow. These are ramps, R-A-M-P-S, a highly seasonal plant that grows in the wild in the early spring, and it usually only shows itself for 2 to 3 weeks maybe. It's a wild garlic. Those folks that know ramps love ramps. It's an acquired taste, and if you could have your little nose twitching here, these are highly aromatic wild garlic, but they're very expensive because they're labor intensive. They typically grow on the north side of a bank in a boggy but not wet area. You can transplant them, but it's best to leave them in their natural state, and you practice good stewardship when you harvest them, taking about 1 out of 5 and leaving some behind to reproduce. One activity that we like to put on our outreach program is to maintain contact with the communities and people around us, and we do that in a variety of ways. Farmers markets, special markets, at workplace parking lots. We do CSA deliveries to corporations and businesses, and this helps us educate the public on agriculture and food product. It also helps build a relationship with a local business, and it helps provide a platform for the businesses to be able to offer a wellness in the workplace situation for their employees. It is one of the few benefits that actually don't cost the company a lot of money. A little bit of time by the HR person or team coordinator. There are various ways that someone could work with a business. A lot of times we work with green teams, and it's their project to have a CSA or a farmer's market or fresh produce being brought in. There are no cut and dried do's or don'ts. You have to be flexible and be able to work around the businesses. We try to provide recipes that are easy to follow without a lot of ingredients or special needs, special tools, and so quite frankly just freshly cooked, steamed, sauteed, baked, roasted, either in their own or in gentle combinations with each other. Pairing the foods is important. A lot of times folks aren't creative when it comes to doing anything. Back to the rhubarb, we like to make rhubarb and peach pie instead of rhubarb and strawberry pie, and sprinkle some black raspberries on top. So it's just some ideas, opportunities. We also do a seasonal or special CSA boxes. We have a lot of corporations that like to have fresh produce box and farm product box for the holidays and in special events. Christmas and Hanukkah, of course, are always a good time for that type of product, fresh vegetables, honey, cheese, eggs, things of that nature. Last year we did a series of boxes, and we used, also included locally made wines and some hard ciders, so that was fun. I think one important topic in agriculture right now is so much of our food source is offshore. And that basically causes insecurity in our food system when our nutrients are coming from people other than within the United States. And so I think that we need to encourage agriculture, we need to encourage farming. Farmers are aging out quickly, and young farmers are not coming along fast enough. There are many programs available, young farmer training, veterans in farming, but it's not happening fast enough. And the few farms that are left are having to do more with less, and it's gonna reach a critical mass. That's another reason why you need to support your local farms to keep them going.